So yeah, there's always some crazy, strange stuff going on in that town, and it's a very jealous area. I'm telling you guys, and I know sometimes people it may sound like people are trying to toot their own horn, and I know everything isn't about. Put it this way: people can be jealous of different things about you. Everything isn't about, oh well, people think people are jealous of the way they dress or the way they look, everything is not all the time about that. It could be your very essence, your very being, who you are. Who you are. People can be envious of the most, I don't know. I don't want to say it. I'll put it like this. People could be envious of anything. You can go buy a brand new pair of shoes and they're envious because you got new shoes and they don't. Or maybe they have new shoes, but they're envious of yours. I don't know, you guys. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. And let me tell you, the people in that town, they're bold. They're bold. Some of them. And I'm talking about those original ones, that were troublemakers. They're bold. I'm telling you, they're bold to step their foot in a neighborhood that I grew up in and cuss me out in my own neighborhood. No, you getting up out of this neighborhood, going back over to them dirty projects where you came from. And so basically, I'm going to tell y'all, I got in my car and I chased them down. That's what I did. I chased them down, and they might have picked up a branch, but trust and believe, it would not have helped them. And that's all I got to say about it. And that's why I pulled up right beside them. And I told him, I said, don't you come in this neighborhood again. I didn't say it like that, but, I got to clean it up for you, too. Because I don't play that. You don't come in no neighborhood I grew up in and think you will come in there and cuss me out in my own neighborhood that I've been in since I was a child. No. Head back over to them nasty projects. So, but that's how that town is, or used to be, I guess. I don't suppose it's that way anymore. I don't know. Depends on whether or not the original trash is still there. And a lot of those people that were troublemakers are dead where they ought to be. A lot of them are dead. So that's where they ought to be. I'm not saying I wished it on anybody, but hey, they're not serving a purpose on this planet other than causing trouble. But, yeah, it just goes to show that sometimes you can show a person better than you can tell them that you bought it. And I don't know who those two boys were, but, and I don't care. But I know that day I told them don't come back into that neighborhood again, which was near my ancestors' property. And, yeah, people would just, I don't know. And the thing about those projects in that area, let me tell you, some of the trashiest people used to come there and hang. And see, that used to be the area that back when in that town when people used to ride around in their cars and hang out and I guess socialize, people would ride through the projects in that area. And I mean that it would just attract some of the trashiest people. They were just violent in nature. You could just tell all they want. It was a peculiar type of demon that they had. And I don't know. I think that people would come from other project areas to come down there to start messes. That's what I kind of feel like, because it was a very there was a violent atmosphere, and by that I mean it's like you could feel it, like just violent, and it's always been a place that had a bad reputation, just all sorts of immoral things I'm sure have gone on down there. It was just a sunset looking area, trashy area. But that whole town was, especially back in the day. Oh my gosh, there just are no words.